It might be spring break, but the grind does not stop for Indiana softball, as this evening the Hoosiers make the trip up north to South Bend to take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in their home opener. Hello and good evening, everyone. Alongside Alex Hines, I am Austin Platt. 3-2 is hit in the air to left field over the head of Taylor Minnick. That'll roll all the way to the wall. Tran rounding second. She's going to head for third. The throw from Cooper to Strader. It's in time! What a relay by Indiana in the outfield. Minnick to Cooper to Strader, and they cut down Tran at third base. Parker, first pitch, hits it well out to right field. Going back to the track, to the wall. It's off the glove of Kortenberger and over the wall for a home run. A go-ahead solo shot for Avery Parker, her 8th of the season. And just like that, Indiana's up 3-2 in the 7th. Indiana making a pitching change here as we enter the bottom of the 3rd inning. Shauna Stanton mentioned that the goal was to bring in Bree Copeland at some point in this game, and here we are in the bottom half of the 3rd with the top of the order due up. It is Copeland, who pitched great on Sunday in relief. First pitch is outside to Emily Tran, the center fielder, who doubled in the 1st inning but was caught trying to stretch it to a triple.
Especially when the top of this order saw a lot of pitches against Reyes. When you have the length that Indiana has, you might as well change up the look.
Copeland misses outside again to Tran as Copeland moves from first to the pitcher's circle. That means taking over her spot is Josie Bird. We saw Reyes play a little bit of first on Sunday, but not the case today. 2-0 misses up and in, and the first 3 pitches for Copeland have all been balls.
That's a sign that Indiana liked this matchup with Copeland because they left Reyes in during that Iowa game to leave the window open to bring her back in. In the end, Copeland was dominant.
That's a 4-pitch walk, not so dominant in that instance as Tran is on for the 2nd time today. She draws her 6th walk of the year, the senior from Spring, Texas.
And with speed on the bases, they're going to talk things over in the circle. The entire infield in there. Wouldn't be surprised to see Tran try and run. You've got a good hitter in Pack at the plate hitting over 320. And with the way this game has gone for the Irish, certainly, you wouldn't be surprised to see them start pressing a few extra buttons.
Copeland was phenomenal with a capital P on Sunday against Iowa. 3 2/3 in relief, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, struck out 8, and kept Indiana in striking distance, though the Hoosiers, in the end, lost 6-5 to Iowa, even though they out-hit the Hawkeyes 9-7. Tran has a team-high 7 stolen bases, has not been caught either. Mickey Winchell, a teammate of hers, has 7 swiped bags, which she's been caught 3 times. So percentage-wise, it is Tran who leads the team. So lengthy talk now, and the umpires are going to try and break this up. So they're talking to Stanton and Bell as we speak with all the infielders in there. A few of them are looking down at the dirt behind the rubber. There's the 3 outfielders. Minnick, Wilkinson, and Mitchell are talking things over in center field. And now Brown's crew comes out. Someone's got a mop and what looks like a bucket of dirt. And he's talking to Copeland here about something. Standing a foot or so behind where obviously Copeland needs to stand to deliver her pitches, and now trying to pat some of the dirt down.
Both Antonio Flores, the home plate umpire, and one of the other umpires is talking with the Notre Dame coaching staff. They've been walking around trying to figure something out. I'm not sure if Copeland wasn't happy with the dirt in the circle, whether Notre Dame agreed with the same thing or what the deal was, but it looks like they're doing a little bit of manicuring.
Approaching the 7 o'clock hour here in South Bend as looks like everything's ready to go. They're going to give Copeland a few warm-up pitches. Kind of that landing area when she steps and then plants that foot just on the rubber. But it looks like Bell is happy, talking with the home plate umpire as the other umpires disperse. It was Charles Blackwell and Flores that were talking with Notre Dame's coaching staff. Chris Ganeff in her first year, spent the last 23 seasons as an assistant. Been a part of 5 NFCA staffs of the year. So now we're back ready to go again. Sydney Peck bats, the first baseman, still working on a 5-game hitting streak. Walked her first at-bat, or first plate appearance, I should say. It takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike, so Copeland finally finds the zone after that mini delay. Copeland working with Parker. 0-1 home. Fastball that just missed on the outer half. It's 1-1 with Tran leading off of first base. Indiana with a 2-0 lead over Notre Dame. Trying to make it 2 straight in this series. 1-1 is upstairs. And it's 2-1. Indiana has already exceeded their hit total compared to last year. The Hoosiers won the game 5-3 on a walk-off grand slam, but only accumulated 3 hits. 2 of them were by Avery Parker, and 2 of those 3 left the yard. Peck hits that well down the left field line, but it goes just foul near the corner. Would have been extra bases and maybe the first run of the game for Notre Dame as well. A long, loud strike makes the count 2-2.
They've been peppering the ball to the left side for a lot of this game, Notre Dame, and again, the top of the order, they've made some good pieces of contact.
Copeland against Peck. 2-2 home. Swung on. Just foul tipped. Ball got past Parker. Peck stays alive after getting a piece. And we'll do the 2-2 all over again. Hoosiers trying to pick up a non-conference win. It would be their 20th non-conference win of the year. 2-2 home again from Copeland. Outside, the runner going to second. The throw is not in time. It was a great one-hop from Parker to Cooper, and Cooper tried her best to put down the tag. Shonda Stanton looking, and Cooper's going to tell her to go look at it, and so Indiana will challenge this play at second base.
It was a great throw from Parker. She just threw it right towards the bag, so there's no need for Cooper to make a big swiping motion to try and get down on the hand. It was right where it needed to be, and that's what made it a very close play, and the question is just whether or not Tran was able just to swim that left arm out of the way.
So we'll see a replay review here. Teams get 2 challenges now this year to review various plays. We don't have the numbers in front of us, but Stanton this year, 70% hit rate, you'd say?
Probably thereabouts. I think we've seen a lot of situations, and granted, we've had rainy games where we've not had TV footage and whatnot. So there's been a lot of things that have led to the fact that a lot of these have been call stamps, it feels like. So again, the need for overwhelming evidence is huge, and I think one thing though with the success rate for Stanton is the fact that she trusts her players. And one of the times we talked with her earlier, it was about what the reaction was from the players on the bench to that call, whether they felt being right in front of the first base bag, I think it was at the time, whether or not that it was safe or out. And so if Alex Cooper is telling her to go look at it, she will more than often look at it in this case.
2 of the 3 umpires are right next to the Indiana dugout as a few of the players maybe trying to get a peek as to what the call will be. Charles Blackwell, our first base umpire, hanging around near the circle as Van Brandt, Josie Bird having a conversation. Copeland and Parker are having a conversation. The left side of the infield, Strader and Cooper having a conversation. And then in the outfield, Minnick, Wilkeson, and Mitchell are all talking about whatever they feel is best to chat about during this minor stoppage. Here in the bottom of the third, Indiana up 2-0 over Notre Dame, awaiting on this call at second base to see if Emily Tran is her 8th swiped bag of the year or if she's been caught for the first time. Indiana has 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Notre Dame, no runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday of spring break. Indiana's on spring break. Notre Dame had their, what they called midterm break last week as we were driving around. But back in school this week, and naturally for a school, the Irish, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, you feel like you'd want to be in school and around on the campus, around your friends for what I would believe would be one of the biggest days of the year here in South Bend.
Well, there's still plenty of green here in Melissa Cook Stadium.
We'll see if the luck of the Irish can pay off here on this review for Notre Dame. After review, the safe call stands. So Tran has her 8th stolen base of the year. And the count runs full on Sydney Peck, who can try and bring in Tran. It would be your 7th RBI of the year. Peck hitting .316 this year with runners in scoring position. So a big full count pitch here in the bottom of the third after the 5 or so minute delay. Copeland's full count offering. Down low for ball 4. Back-to-back walks to start things off for Copeland, pitching out of the pen. And now Olivia Levitt hits, the third baseman, with runners on first and second and nobody out. Levitt popped up to shallow right. It was caught by the second baseman, Van Brandt, back in the first. Waving the bat, showing bunt. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1 as both runners retreat. Levitt's got the bubblegum pink handle, the grip on the bat, and then a darker blue, kind of almost a teal colored barrel. 1-0, hits it in on the hands to second. Cooper is going to try and apply the tag. She does so, getting Tran the lead runner. Strader was not at third base, so there was no option to throw as Madeline was trying to cut the ball off, but it got to the shortstop Strader, who made the right play, unlike Amaral for Notre Dame a few innings ago. So the Hoosiers get exactly what you want, cut down the fastest runner and the lead runner, and now time is called by Chris Ganeff before Amaral, the shortstop, who I just mentioned, comes up to bat for her first at-bat, her second plate appearance. She walked in the first.
That was great awareness from Cooper because you can't be caught within 2 minds there. It's so quick of a play. If you try and go for the tag and you miss, you're not going to have a chance to get either of the other 2 runners. So she had to be certain of it, and with Strader charging in, knew she couldn't throw it, and was able just to apply the tag.
So Amaral, the cleanup hitter, bats in the third with 1 out. Addison, whose dad played at Santa Clara, takes the first pitch. Football at Santa Clara takes the first pitch for a strike in this at-bat. Was on the ACC freshman and second team last year, hit .340. Team high 15 doubles, 10 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Leading the Irish in many of those categories again in 2025. Waits on the 0-1 from Copeland. It's up and away. It's 1-1. Both these teams currently on a 2-game losing streak. Trying to break that here as they get ready for conference play again this weekend. Amaral turns on the next pitch and smokes it. That ball may have ended up on the baseball field. My goodness, that went a long ways away, but it's just a foul ball in the end.
That had the home run distance and some. I've noticed that Notre Dame baseball's been hitting the ball very well. They've scored 18 runs in, I think, the 6th inning. If I can see well, that's well away from us.
1-2 is hit foul towards the Indiana bullpen down the right field line.
It's right behind the left field wall, the baseball diamond, and it's 18-4 against Butler, another in-state matchup.
Both Notre Dame baseball and softball with opening days today. Baseball faring a little bit better than softball. Next pitch, 1-2 again. Amaral hits it foul, this time down the third baseline, rolling. Strader picks it up and tosses it back to Copeland in the circle, and we'll do it again. Copeland looks down at the wristband for a sign, brings home the 1-2. Just low. Traveling Hoosier fans wanted that one. But the count is now level at 2 apiece. With 1 out in the bottom of the third, Indiana up 2-0, but with just one out. Notre Dame is threatening with first and second. 2-2 again. Swung on, hit in the air, down the right field line. This time it does go foul. In the area separating the dugout from the bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Indiana holding on to a 2-0 lead. Notre Dame with one swing can change that. The 2-2 home again to Amaral. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Copeland went with the high cheese, and the shortstop Amaral went after it. A big second out as Copeland gets her first strikeout of the evening and her 62nd of her senior year. And now with 2 down, Rachel Allen, the DP, will come up to bat, trying to save the inning. First pitch to her, taken for strike 1.
Copeland's been a bit more off-speed heavy in this inning, and that's where that fastball above the zone can work so well, especially when you're known as a power pitcher. If you deviate away from that, then you can surprise.
0-1 is swung on and hit well in the air to left field, going back to the track, to the wall, leaping, and making the catch is Minnick. She took at least an extra base hit and potentially a go-ahead home run away from Rachel Allen. And Indiana defensively were poor over the weekend, but have been stunning today in South Bend. Minnick with a huge smile on her face, grinning from ear to ear as she jogs back towards the dugout. The team comes out to mob her, and Shauna Stanton will talk with this fired-up bunch. As we head to the 4th inning, Notre Dame leaves a pair stranded, and Taylor Minnick makes one of the best defensive plays we will see all year. Keeps Indiana's lead at 2-0. We'll take a break here on IU Radio. Hoosiers looking to increase their 2-0 lead.